Answer the Korea FM listener survey at bit.ly/KFM survey for a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card. I'm Chance Dorland with your Korean news update, brought to you by Korea FM in association with the Korea Observer. For more independent news and talk radio podcasts and a 24-hour stream of musicians from the Korean Peninsula, subscribe in the iTunes Store with your favorite podcast application or visit koreafm.net. This weekend is the start of one of South Korea's 2 annual mass migrations, as people head to their hometowns to celebrate Seollal. This year's Lunar New Year's Day falls on Saturday, with the official holiday period from Friday to Monday. Yonhap reports, along with the Korean equivalent of Thanksgiving called Chuseok, Seollal marks South Korea's longest holiday, a time when millions return to their hometowns to honor their ancestors and spend time with family and friends. The state-run Korea Transport Institute predicts more than 31 million people may end up traveling to their hometowns or tourist sites across the country this holiday weekend. Criticism is pouring in against impeached President Park Geun-hye after she participated in her first exclusive interview with a Korean media outlet since taking office 4 years ago, only to dismiss the corruption scandal and weeks of public protests against her as being driven with lies and conspiracies. The Korea Times reports all parties except for the ruling Sae-Nuri have denounced President Park over her attitude in the interview, saying it shows why the public loathe her and why she should be removed from power. In the video, the president describes the scandal as a huge mountain heaped with lies, and also dismisses ongoing demonstrations demanding her removal from office as a conspiracy. As the main opposition Democratic Party of Korea fixes its rule to pick a presidential candidate, Seoul Mayor Park Won-soon says he will no longer seek the ROK's highest elected office. The Korea Herald reports Park says, as the mayor of Seoul, he plans to make the capital the world's best global city, which is safe and where citizens are happy. But his aides say the decision is related to the mayor's falling approval rating, with last week's Real Meter poll showing Park Won-soon's approval far below other liberal contenders at just 3.4%. Former head of the main opposition Moon Jae-in led the survey at 29.1%, with fellow party member and Songnam Mayor Lee Jae-myung in second at 10.2%. Representative Lee Eun-jae of the conservative Minor Baron Party has come under fire for describing the outcome of a parliamentary meeting as primitive as Africa. The Korea Times reports the South Korean lawmaker made the comment at a parliamentary meeting on January 20th, when a bill designed to ban the government from publishing history textbooks was endorsed with the overwhelming support of liberal lawmakers. Lee claims liberal lawmakers railroaded the bill without thorough discussion, especially with minor parties such as hers, saying that the National Assembly is still primitive, and that she feels deeply ashamed by the Standing Committee's actions, which is something that can only happen in places like Africa. The bill is now pending at the Legislation and Judiciary Committee, and while the comments have drawn strong backlash from Africans and Africa-related NGOs in Seoul, Baron Party Representative Lee Eun-jae has not yet decided whether to apologize. A growing number of South Koreans support launching a preemptive strike as a way to deal with the rising military threats from North Korea. Yonhap reports a poll by the Asan Institute for Policy Studies, a Seoul-based private think tank, shows 43% of South Koreans think it is necessary to seek a preemptive strike against the North in case of emergency, despite worries that it could develop into a full-scale war. That's an increase from 2013, when only 36% of South Koreans favored the action. The Asan poll also found 60% support South Korea developing its own nuclear weapons, down from 66.5% 3 years ago. Despite being stolen from a Japanese temple in 2012, the Daejeon District Court has ordered an ancient Buddhist statue to be handed over to a temple on South Korea's west coast that has claimed ownership. In April, Busok Temple filed a lawsuit against the Seoul government to take back the statue, which had made its way to the ROK after Korean thieves stole it from Japan's Kannon Temple in October of 2012. The Japanese government's request to have the statue then returned was halted in February of 2013, following Busok Temple's claim that before the statue was stolen in 2012, it was originally plundered by Japan from the Korean peninsula years before. And a movie based on a popular U.S. comic book superhero is expected to be partially filmed in South Korea. Yonhap reports Marvel Studios has decided to film its upcoming Black Panther movie in Atlanta and South Korea. The studio also filmed parts of 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron in Seoul. Subscribe to the Korea FM Talk Radio and News Podcast in iTunes or your favorite podcasting app. And for more news, talk radio, and independent music from the Korean Peninsula, visit KoreaFM.net. I'm Chance Dorland. Answer the Korea FM listener survey at bit.ly/KFM survey for a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card. This episode is brought to you by Podcast Assist, offering voiceovers, audio editing and mastering, transcriptions and show notes, episode summaries, and even hosting a podcast on a topic important to you. Visit facebook.com/Podcast Assist for more info on their flat $30 per hour rate. Talk radio, music, and podcasts from the Korean Peninsula. KoreaFM.net.